Okay, we're here on September 10th, 2010 in our New York office, preparing to meet the fascist movement that's gathering downtown around the World Trade Center site to oppose the so-called Ground Zero Mosque. And we thought it would be good to step back and look at what's happened, even just this week, but the last several months since we published the Crimes Are Crimes, No Matter Who Does Them statement. We've had the intense escalation, the bloody escalation of the U.S. occupation of Afghanistan. Just this week, the biggest drone bombing in Pakistan carried out by the U.S. for the last several months, with many civilians being killed and homes being destroyed, including children. We had the terrible decision by the 9th District U.S. Appeals Court on Wednesday on the Jepsen case, which basically and clearly and openly put the rights of the U.S. government to maintain its secrets before the rights of men detained in Guantanamo to even get into a U.S. court. And this bodes very badly for anyone who suffered torture under the Bush regime to even get a day in court, much less justice. It gives much more rights to the people who carried out those crimes against humanity than to the people who were victimized by them. And this is very bad. So these things are happening, and then we have the backdrop of this fascist movement. 2 weeks ago, Glenn Beck, with hundreds of thousands of followers, in the same place where Martin Luther King gave the I Have a Dream speech, trying to restore the honor of the U.S. Republican empire, based on the basic cohering principle that white Christians are the ones who should define what this country is. These are the same kind of people that are down on the border in Arizona, armed, threatening immigrants, and threatening with this new law even the people who aid immigrants to stay alive in the desert by just giving them water or rescuing them. We have allegedly a fundamentalist Christian minister is either going to or threatening to burn a Quran on Sunday in Gainesville, Florida, which is generally a pretty liberal town. But he's been able to get international attention to this effort. And whether he does or not, a lot of people are very disturbed about the idea of a Quran being burned. And in this political atmosphere, I am too. However, I would point out, as Chris Floyd does on our website, that the U.S. has just spent 9 years and $3 trillion burning the readers of Qurans. And that should be what upsets people. We really need, in opposing this fascist movement and the crimes of our governments, a genuine anti-war movement back in this country. All of you who have been active over the years, from the day the first bombs were dropped on Afghanistan, October 6, 2001, who were horrified by the tragedy of the destruction of the World Trade Center and the many 9/11s that have been created since then by our government, the destruction of mosques and ground zeros all over the countries of Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, by these drone bombings and these secret operations, the complete destruction of the rights of the people to go about their business and live without the intervention of a police state, and the laws that were carried out with impunity, allowing people to be seized and held in detention still indefinitely, still in their hundreds in Afghanistan with no right to habeas corpus, thanks to the Obama administration. We're announcing today that we're going to be reprinting the Crimes Are Crimes, No Matter Who Does Them ad in the New York Times the week before the anniversary, the terrible anniversary of the longest war in U.S. history, this bloody, illegitimate, unjust, immoral occupation of Afghanistan. This is going to cost in the tens of thousands of dollars. Will it be worth it? It will be worth it to answer these crimes and to send a message to the world that there are people in this country who refuse to let these things be carried out in our name. So you're going to hear a lot more about this from World Can't Wait in the next several weeks. If you have not signed on to the ad, find it at worldcan'twait.net. You can give money immediately. You can call us at 866-973-4463. You can join us around the country tomorrow to raise the demand, or the slogan that grief is no reason for bigotry and unjust wars. We'll be out on the streets and we will be delivering this message, this acutely important message, in the wake of and on the day of 9/11, and looking forward to this terrible anniversary of the U.S. occupation of Afghanistan. Thanks.